opposed to it, but I wouldn't prefer it.
You wouldn't prefer it?
I wouldn't prefer a virgin versus not a virgin.
Why is that?
Because you want a motherfucker hit that spot. That's why.
Somebody who knows how to have sex.
Ain't no virgin know how to hit that spot. Yeah, you could teach him though.
Because I also feel like I want somebody who knows how to handle their.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Exhausted Truth, where I am your host, and I'm very exhausted. I'm always having to tell the damn truth, but hey, someone's got to do it. All right, hey, look, this is one of those videos where I have not watched a lick of it yet. And sometimes these are best, sometimes they're worse, right? Sometimes it's nice when I have an idea about how I want to approach something, and sometimes it's nice to just go off the cuff. We are off the cuff today. All right, let's get into it. I won't waste any more of anyone's time.
Body count is
unless you find this whole video a waste of time, then in that case, I don't know what to tell you.
Directly proportional to the way she moves in the sexual/dating marketplace and her overall sexual temperance. If a woman has slept with 100 men, then it means she doesn't respect herself, so why would she respect you as a mate?
Disagree? You disagree?
I totally disagree with that. And I would flip it too, and I would say, do you give that same kind of standard to men? Like, do you, like, that it bugs me to my core. And I think, like, look, the thing is, I'm not a feminist or anything like that, but what bugs me to my core is the double standard of men can do whatever they want, they can stick their dick in whatever they want, and it's cool, but God forbid a woman have multiple sexual partners. That it bugs the shit out of me. Because put your same logic to yourself. And
who should pay for the first date?
The man.
That's a double standard. There's all kinds of double standards that happen to exist. Some benefit men, some.
Oh, he was waiting for her to walk into that one. Go ahead and answer this one.
Some benefit women. Why? I would say though, my personal view on promiscuity, I don't think it's good for either gender. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's granted, I do think that there are some differences. Hold on, I'll come back to that.
Donated $101. Women always admitting that they are themselves the liars through the statement/question she could lie. Imagine using a hypothetical of lying as an argument. Tells a lot about you and your character. Lie. Brian Plaza host the podcast, not Chase.
All right, well there you have it. Thank you, Jacama. Appreciate it. What were you saying? Sorry.
I was saying I don't understand why you think that a man paying on the date is the equivalent of like a double standard.
Well, it's an expectation that you have on men that you don't hold for yourself or for other women. That is a double standard.
But doesn't the man ask the woman?
Huh?
The man asks the woman though.
So
why would he ask?
But it's a double. Again, there are double standards that benefit women. There are double standards that benefit men.
If the man didn't ask the woman, then no one would ever go on dates. Do you understand how little amount of dating would happen between men and women?
Hi.
And you know, honestly, I'm just going to say this, and women might not like this. Sometimes I think the least a woman can do is offer to pay, right? Rather the man lets you pay or not. I think the least you can do is offer.
What are you talking about, man?
I mean, he's the one that had to muster up the courage to make this whole thing happen, right? And obviously, if you women don't want to pay, the least you can do is muster up the courage to ask men on dates then, right? But you won't do that, right? Because that's too scary. So if you're not going to do that, I think the least you can do is offer to pay, to be honest with you. I don't care. I mean, I'm just saying.
It is what it is. I don't think it's desirable for men or women to be promiscuous because, I mean, one, I don't think like there's this trope about, it's high value to it's high value for a guy to just like sleep with a bunch of chicks. First off, like the risk of STDs, I don't think it's high value if you catch herpes and you're going to be bringing your future wife or children a disease. Yeah. So like, I don't care how fucking attractive or how rich you are, if you're bringing your future partner some sort of like VD, that's not fucking high status or cool. So yeah, it's certainly not alpha to fucking have herpes in my view. But
Definitely not.
I think men should be held to that standard she's talking about a little
Yeah, I'd
bit,
say.
whereas like that, yeah, don't just stick your dick in anything because then,
Sure.
but then women would also just naturally follow into your most of the time into the lead of the man and not be
Raven
promiscuous.
DT donated $100. I have a body count of 7. One was a marriage that ended in divorce. The rest were in the pursuit of long-term relationships. Good men who want marriage are not whoring themselves around either.
Yeah, I mean, the difference is when it comes to the double standard, though, is I would argue that there is a differential insofar as it's rather difficult, comparatively speaking. It's hard for men to get laid, whereas it's very easy for women to get laid. So
I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's some banging going on in the background of this podcast. And I know the host, this Brian dude, I know he's got a short fuse. So I imagine if it happens a couple more
for
times,
a guy to
he
be
might
able
say
to
something.
sleep with a lot of women, even though I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing.
It's probably this dude right
to
here.
some degree, that's impressive,
Yeah, sit
whereas it's
down.
not impressive for a woman to sleep with a lot of men because it's very easy for women to get laid, whereas it's rather difficult for men to get laid. Agree? Disagree? Sounds like, I don't know.
I agree with that.
Like any single girl here, if you're so inclined, it's 8:30 p.m. on a Sunday. Like you could go download the dating app and like go get laid tonight. Even below average looking women, nearly here's what I've said before. Nearly any woman, if she wanted to, could be a slut. I would argue a very small proportion of men can be sluts. They might want to, but the difference is the capacity to do it. I would say maybe like the top 10% of men can
Say like
slut around.
top 3 maybe.
Yeah. Well, also when it comes to sexual pull, I would argue that take an average woman's sexual pull. In order for a man to get the same degree of sexual attention from women that an average woman gets from a man, he needs to be like an A-list celebrity, a top tier, like, so we're talking top tier athlete, musician.
Point where like
Nick, what do you do? Okay.
Guillotine.
Guillotine. So like, there's just so many differences when it comes to that. But here, let me get this last chat here. We have Jay Butler on the herpes thing.
Butler
He's always
donated
talking about herpes.
$99. On a long enough timeline, if you sleep with enough people, you will get genital herpes, as condoms do not protect
Yep,
from this.
true.
60 bodies equals exposure to 12
Somebody said
infected
what?
partners. Now you need to be taken out to pasture and be put down. Filthy, 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 filthy.
God damn.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you, Jay
right.
Butler. Appreciate it. Let me get some of these soup chats here. Would you marry a virgin if you could and take your chance they would be bad in bed? I suppose this is for everybody. Maybe this is directed at the men, but I guess we could go around the table. Would you marry a virgin?
Gotta weigh your odds, man. Just sacrifice something.
I guess I'm not opposed to it, but I wouldn't prefer it.
You wouldn't prefer it.
I wouldn't prefer a virgin versus not a virgin.
Why is that?
Because you want to motherfucker hit that
I
spot.
want
That's why.
somebody who knows how to have sex.
Ain't no virgin know how to hit
Okay.
that spot. Yeah, you could teach him though.
Yeah, because I also feel like I want somebody who knows how to handle their sexual desire too. Because if they've never had sex before and then have sex and then like become a porn addict or just become addicted and like end up cheating because they have never had to control their sexual desire before and
Well,
didn't. I don't know.
Controlling their desire though. By
I'm pretty
being
sure they're
open,
controlling
you know?
their
If,
desire fairly well. If
But I
The
get what you're
fuck?
saying.
Like,
though.
That's like-
but you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
feel like they could just
Bruh, she thinks. She's like, hey, once he gets a taste of what's down here, it's a wrap for him. All right, he's about to.
You tripping, bro?
This man ain't gonna be able to stop himself. She thinks he's just gonna turn into a pussy maniac when he. It does happen though, man. It does happen. These virgins, they ain't never had it, so they don't know what they missing. And all of a sudden, they get a piece. I've seen motherfuckers lose their mind. So, it's possible. But it was funny. All right.
end up
Let's
once
get back
they
to
have it like just I don't know, not be able to be loyal. I don't know, because I actually knew of this happening once. There was this couple and she married a guy who was a virgin, and then years into their marriage, she found out he was like sleeping with prostitutes, and she found these receipts and all this stuff.
Specific.
It's a very
extreme.
specific thing for sure, and
And I
that's
think
not.
it's definitely backwards in what you're talking about. I think men that have way more sexual history are definitely more.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that
It did-
either,
it did
but
back that up
I
as
just,
well.
I also
Yeah.
feel like balance is key for everything. So I don't think I would desire someone who's a virgin, but I don't desire someone who's
lost his
extremely
mind.
promiscuous though, either.
That dude, she's talking about lost his mind.
Yeah, I would, because sex is so teachable. Like,
There you
can
go.
teach
Yeah,
somebody what
it's
you like.
teachable. It is, though.
Very, very teachable.
Fuck.
Okay.
I would, but I don't know if I would find myself attracted to a virgin.
Okay.
Really. I would.
By the way, just letting you guys know, since I'm going around the table, you guys can preemptively, we don't need like a 5-second pause, but go ahead.
She's getting mad. This motherfucker
I
getting
would,
heated.
because I'd be marrying for love, not for the sex.
Oh, damn.
I prefer a virgin.
I didn't say
I
anything.
don't really care.
I didn't
I
say
look for
nothing.
other qualities.
Oh,
I would
yeah,
do it.
that's sweet.
Chase, what about you?
Hopefully she's telling the
Yeah,
truth.
definitely. I mean, you can, if you're a man and you have strong frame and your woman desires you, like
This
you can
motherfucker
teach
got
her how to
strong
have great
frame.
sex.
Look
with
at
you.
his back.
And if
He's
she really
straight as a
desires you, it's probably
motherfucker.
going to
God
unfold like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
There's a direct.
All right, that's it. Hey, to be honest with you, I don't think there's much to argue with here. I don't think women. I don't necessarily think women should be shunned. They decided to live a certain lifestyle that involved them having a lot of fun. But everybody has a right to their preferences, right? So if a man prefers a woman with a lower body count, then just like I'm saying the women shouldn't be, shunned and chastised for it, I don't think a man should be, I don't think a man should have that type of ridicule either, just because he prefers something that's had a little less fun. And there's some men that will take the woman's character as it is in that moment over body count and all that other stuff. So it is what it is. I'm not judging either way. I think people will have strong opinions on this. I don't know how you do though, because what do you say? You can say the woman's, she's disgusting, she's gross, can't believe she chose to live that type of lifestyle. That's fine. That's your preference, right? Yeah. But I think we should just be, containing these women away from society? No, I don't think that. I think that that's the life they chose, and it's going to come with some trade-offs, right? Just like men who want body count to be at the forefront of what they look for, right? It's at the top of the list of red or green flags, however you want to look at it. Then that's fine too. There's going to be a trade-off. Most men already have a small pool of women to choose from, and it's going to be even smaller. And it's probably getting smaller by the generation. I don't know. Maybe this new generation is going to turn some things around. And, I heard people are having less sex now. Almost pretty much no sex. At least not with humans. So I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Anyway, y'all, that's my time. And until next time, y'all, peace out.